Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Between the Lines. I'm your host, Jeanette Huffman. My co-host is Rich Kopaz, and today we will be speaking with Tyler Person. He is the artist of Octoman, and Rich Kopaz has created an audio scene based off of this visage, this creature. We'll figure out what Octoman is, entity. So please give him a warm welcome. Nice round of applause. And let's learn all that we can about Tyler Person. Well, good morning, everyone. At least good morning for me. I'm in California, 8 o'clock here. Good morning and welcome Between the Lines. I'm your host, Jeanette Huffman, and our co-host is the beautiful and wonderful Rich Kopaz, who in my screen is sitting on top of Tyler's head. That's a little odd. I'm so sorry, Tyler. And today we will be interviewing artist. Would you call yourself an artist? Tyler Person.
Hello.
Yes?
I kind of do
Artist,
it
would you
all.
go with that? Or
I do it all, but I'd say
you
yeah.
do it all?
Artist.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We're going to learn about it too. Welcome, Tyler and Rich. He finds all these amazing people. So whatever you got going on, keep doing it. Thank you, Rich, and welcome, Tyler. How are you doing today, Tyler?
I'm dandy.
You all right?
I'm just peachy.
You're dandy.
Hmm.
You're peachy.
Can't complain.
Where in the world are you? Not Carmen Sandiego, but where in the world are you?
Well, funny enough, I was just in Japan for 6 weeks, but now I'm back here in the U.S. I'm from Northern Virginia, so kind of the Loudoun County area, sprinkled around in there.
Tell us about Japan.
Gosh, I want to go back and I miss it dearly. It was a really cool experience. It was for a study abroad program at my university.
Tyler, you just graduated this year from
James Madison University, woohoo! With my BA in
Well,
art.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So, yes,
Very nice.
it was part of a study abroad program from JMU. Our professors set up a bunch of lovely places for us to go, and we went to, I think, at least over 5 places. And we were based primarily in Kyoto. And then our last leg of the trip, which was like the last week and a half-ish, we were in Tokyo. I got to go to all the really, really cool places. There's probably more I would have wanted to go to. I'm satisfied. I was satisfied at the end of the trip. I said, I've hit all the items on my bucket list, and it's been a great experience. If you get the chance to go.
My son would be so jealous. He would love to go to Japan. In fact, when both of my kids graduated, their gift was supposed to be a trip out of the United States, somewhere abroad, just to give them that worldwide perspective.
When we got our options and we saw everybody who was in the abroad program as a whole, a lot of people, I think Italy was the most popular place, which is surprising because I feel like I've met a lot of people who are like, I want to go to Japan. There's so much there that I'm interested in. And then our group was only 21 people. And I mean, I don't know how selective and qualified you have to be. You write a couple essays and fill out all this information, but it seemed like Italy was like the biggest place people wanted to go to, and the next was Ireland. So I don't even think Japan was the top 3 places that people were going. So it's a little interesting to me, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Well, I mean, definitely based off of the artwork that I've seen that Rich has shared with me, which is amazing, by the way. And I got to say,
Thank you.
I think you're welcome. I think my favorite character so far was Queen Vashti.
Basti.
I mispronounced everything.
It's all good.
Vashti.
I think that was my favorite so far.
Drew her with a little bit of attitude.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I liked that. Rich just sent me 2 new pieces, I guess I would call them. And they're huge. They're next to your bodies. They're not these tiny little things. And wow, the colors, absolutely amazing.
If it's me next to oil
That was
paintings, well, they're oil paintings. I did them. I had the privilege to explore my interest of making characters and this superhero genre thing that we'll touch upon in a second. But I got the privilege to essentially run wild and free and loose and explore oil paint as a medium. So I was like, okay, let me make superheroes and supervillains and these gigantic oil paintings. And thank you. I mean, the colors are always hard for me. Colors and backgrounds are my kryptonite. I do really good at designing a character, but getting the color and feel and the way I want it to look and how I envision it is sometimes a little difficult. But thank you. And those were exhibited pieces in our art exhibit for our painting class as a whole. So a lot of folks in the arts building on campus got to see it, and it was good exposure, I think.
Earlier, I asked you, are you an artist or what do you classify yourself as? You said you're more than that. So you do more than just art.
I mean,
What do you do?
I meander in all things nerdy. No, I'm an artist.
I love that.
I'm gonna be a future art teacher. That's the goal, anyways. This fall, I'm gonna be student teaching. So looking forward to that and getting prepared for that. I don't know. I'm just a nerd, and then art is in the background. Art is if I need to calm down, if I need to. I got a good idea. Because I'm a big kind of movie guy, video game guy, and I'll get inspired by a lot of that. And if I just feeling like in a creative mood, I'll just sit down and I'm usually drawing or sketching. It's not really the big elaborate oil paintings because that's pretty expensive. But no, I just when I get the chance, I just draw, and it's kind of how I funnel my creativity into something and make something. That's what I do.
So Tyler,
Artist, yeah,
years and years, and I have told the story of that. My version. Do you have a version?
What do you mean?
How do you remember us meeting?
I remember you were my coach for a program I did, and Rich is a cool uncle. And so, what up, Unc? No, Rich has always just kind of been like, this, I feel like this would be me in a couple years. So we kind of gotten along with our similar interests and pursuits of things. It was, I remember in the program, it was hard to keep me on track because we'd always just be talking about things that we loved and we were like geeking out over, and then we're like, okay, we need to refocus, and then it's like 2 seconds later we're back to talking about something.
So yeah, X-Men comic books. I hope you appreciate that Jeanette and I went all out on our comic book displays.
I very much appreciate it.
Right on. So you had a tough time finding a coach that you had a rapport with, and it's funny that you call me the cool uncle because you call me that because I'm such a nerd. So to you, but I'm not the pickup driving, hunting, quarterback uncle. I'm the comic book, Magic the Gathering, D&D geek. Yeah, I'm that kind of uncle.
I mean, that's my idea of a cool uncle.
I was going to say, that's what I would prefer.
Yeah. Hunting, too messy.
Jeanette's pretty nerdy.
I own it. It's okay. But Rich isn't old enough to be my uncle, so.
I had a comic book shirt on and you challenged me with my knowledge of X-Men. And that's what brought us together. We sat down like rivals, but once we really got into it, you were like, oh yeah. And it's like you said, you were like, no, that's what I want to be in. Like in the future, I want to have that knowledge of X-Men.
I will ask you not to challenge me because this is my person's shirt. He let me borrow it this morning, and those are his comic books. So
nice.
If you asked me a question, I might know it because I enjoy watching the movies with him. The only comic books I've ever really read were Walking Dead. In fact, it was hilarious because this comic book right here, I'm not even touching it because it was in plastic. And he said, you can take it out of the plastic, but do not move it. Do not touch it.
I have mine still. Even up. Tyler, then as we became friends, Tyler would give me artwork. He's done a couple Doctor Strange pictures for me of his art.
I need to do another one. Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love to see Doctor Strange and
the things I can conjure.
And that's a copyright.
Yes.
Yeah, now
copyright.
But Octoman, when you did him, I was like, that character is incredible.
Thank you. I thought so too. He's kind of my brainchild from youth.
Yeah, why Octoman? Is there a backstory you want to tell us about that?
I was a nerdy kid. I'm still a nerdy kid. And one of my areas of interest is marine life. So I'm big into walruses, manatees, stingrays. Even sharks are cool to me. But I really like octopus. I think they were just cool. And, if you ever ask somebody, what's your favorite sea animal? A lot of people wouldn't say an octopus. So it was that. It was also watching the second Spider-Man movie and seeing Doc Ock in that movie. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But that's what it would be if it was like evil genius with robotic arms. And I'm like, okay, well, how can I implement an octopus more into like a heroic character. And so then I started drawing. I have drawings that go back to 2013. So pretty young in my artistic career, I'd say. And then I didn't touch the character for a while after high school. And then when I started painting again for my painting classes, I needed a subject. And so my professor was like, go all in on this creating your own culture sort of thing. And I'm like, okay, but what can I do? And then I made superheroes. So Octoman, I completely redesigned from the ground up because I didn't really have anything super concrete. And so I fleshed out, why does he have the things he does on his costume? What are his abilities? And the character just kind of wrote itself after that because I needed to freshen the character and flesh out the character.
It seems like that comes into play with and I've never done D&D or Magic the Gathering, but I do have a really good friend at work that does it, and she's talked about all these different things with it. And so it sounds like that you create these characters and they have these certain abilities that have points associated with them when you play the game. Is that how it goes, or am I totally off the
My
wall with that?
thing is, normally when I base a character off of something in the real world, so in an octopus, well, what can an octopus do? They can squeeze through small spaces. They have no bones. They have tentacles. They can change color. They can change their texture. They can shoot ink. They can do all these really, really cool things. And so then I'm like, how would I translate that into a superhero identity? How would I implement that into either the costume or maybe what he can do? But the interesting thing is that I've never really made a coherent comic book itself. I only really design the characters. Because I feel like
Yeah.
it's something I like to do. I'm not too good with story, but I just base the characteristics of an animal or a thing or an idea of something and work with that and how I can translate that into something visual or funnel that into a
I
persona.
It's a great creative endeavor. And look, I'm going to out a little bit and tangent off the way that I like to do on our interviews. You mentioned the powers of the octopus, like through because he's got no bones, camouflage because of changing color, shooting ink. Those aren't really the things you would think when you think of like a superhero.
Mhm.
So in his DC Comics had a guy, Superman, who could fly, was strong, super fast, invulnerable. He had all these classic things that you would wish for. In the Marvel, they created Spider-Man. His powers were sticking to walls and shooting webs. And it's so odd. How would you develop somebody who now goes and fights crime because he can stick to walls? And the creativity used develop that and to make an endearing character, because Spider-Man is every bit as popular as Superman. There's no question about, like, this is, been an iconic character of the world. And so
They
it's
broadcasted
interesting to
his
see-
marriage.
It's interesting to see that you're starting with powers that you wouldn't traditionally think, okay, I'm going to go out and fight crime with this. But it is your superhero idea, and I think it's got huge potential because it's the journey and the creativeness and the character that's going to really carry that along the way. And I'm super psyched. I did send you the script. You approved the script for the audio team.
I loved
It's
it.
a lot of fun. You had great time with it.
That's good.
I have something to tell you. When we were doing our training, when we were working with you, you were at that place, and that was run by Don and Leanne. And we saw Leanne on this show. She interviewed our author, Kate Hilton, last week. So Leanne was here as an interviewer, and she is one of our frequent actors.
Oh.
And Tyler, I think you have caught a couple shows.
Yes.
You'll hit for the Octoman scene. Not only do we have Leanne playing a role, but we got Don to come in and play
excellent.
a character as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's awesome.
I knew you'd be super psyched. He was thrilled. I think you're gonna find it super special. It's a
Yeah.
totally fun scene.
I'm
was really
already
cool.
stoked to even just have this opportunity. So I'm on board with whatever we do, and I'm so grateful that you got them to be involved. That's awesome.
It's been a super fun endeavor, like working with Jeanette, who's been such a great blessing to allow us to have that. And Jeanette wasn't scared by the prospect of me introducing, like, yeah, let's, because she was like, we should interview authors. And I was like, yeah, and then write audio scenes. Right. She didn't like blink an eye. She was like, that's cool. Nobody's doing that. We should totally do that.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah. No,
I like
I'm
the
not.
idea of that because it's just like a niche interest of mine. Is old radio shows when they have scripted audio scenes of movies. So it was like a film noir almost. I was walking in a dark alley, and my name is Fists, and I'm a PI detective, and it's like all gaslight. It's just that is really interesting, and so that called back to that's what popped into my head when we were like audio scene. I'm like, wait, what? And then you said movie trailer, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I could get down with this. And I like that idea. I don't think I've seen that around, at least the modernized version of that, a whole bunch. So I was on board.
It gives a totally different flavor to so many different types of art because he's created these amazing scenes for not just novels and authors, but artists too. I'm really honored that I get to be a part of it. Just by him doing this, I've met so many amazing people and I wouldn't have met them before. And the other thing too is, how many people know who Tyler Person are? Well, now more people will. And they should, because you have this amazing talent. I just love that this is another avenue to give people the opportunity to check you out.
I have one more question for Tyler.
Okay, yes. Killing me.
Did you plan that, Rich?
That's the guy coming to get me.
Yeah, you said it. You summoned it.
I summoned.
What's your own fault?
Hey, Tyler, what are your thoughts on AI?
From a personal perspective or perspective?
Yes.
All of it.
Okay. As an artist, I can see where there would be benefits for it. I think you have to train a model to do a decent job. I like the streamlining aspect of it. I think it cuts down on the monotony of some work, depending on what somebody does. I think it can be helpful. It's like any other tool. It can be helpful in the right means, but sometimes some tools might not be as up to snuff as we are led to believe. And that could be they need more improvement or something needs to be reworked. And I think it's great, but I think this might just be a me thing, but I feel like we're leaning too much into it too quickly. I think it's still relatively new. I'm curious to see what happens with it. I'm also aware that in particular, the artist realm, a lot of folks are hesitant or even opposed to it because it uses information and work that's already out there. So some people are feeling like, can you call this art if it's not made by a human? Is it expanding and challenging the definitions of art? For me, I'm on the fence. I see what it does to like friends of mine who are also artists and how they feel about it. But I also see the benefits of it too. So I think my feelings on it is we have to just wait and see how it expands and changes. But I use it here and there, but I'm not somebody who leans fully.
Okay.
Rich, do you want to go into your thoughts on it? Because I definitely have thoughts on it.
I feel a little nervous. I still dumb. We should be using it to wash dishes and sweep hallways. I don't know that it has any place in the art world, but if somebody's like you say, there's this really monotonous thing, and I'd love for AI to take care of that, and I'll do the creative stuff.
All right, Jeanette, can I change my answer? Okay.
Yeah, of course. Always.
So
yes,
scrap
it's
that
like
entirely.
Science. It's always changing.
I wanted to play it safer because I don't necessarily know the audience too well.
The audience is YouTube viewers. They're both ways. I've had it came up and I had some people that were very passionate against, and then some people that were for as far as using it as a tool. So that's the audience so far that I've seen.
Gotcha. My answer changes a little bit. As an artist, I really don't like AI. I don't want to go off the rails, but like it's seeing what it does to artists and creativity and just how people have leaned into it so much. I see it in all fields that I'm interested in. It's like video games. Developers now are like, oh, we're going to scrap entire teams of people because we're going to just do AI. In the movies, people want to use AI for certain scenes. Why are we removing the human element? Is that truly making it convenient? Is it truly helping, or is it just a way to not do as much work? Yeah, and there's all different types of gray areas in that. But as an artist, I can't really stand it. The funny thing is when I was in Japan, the amount of AI art I saw was shocking to me. It was even just for small things, like small posters or promotional events. You would have, and I could tell that they're AI, because AI has a certain style where it makes things look a little too pretty. It's a lot of like smoothing and blending.
Or it gives you 6 fingers.
Yes, I love seeing all the kind of flawed AI kind of renderings of things, but they kind of all have like one style where everything is very airbrushed, very smooth and pretty, and I'm like, I don't know where you're getting that from, but it's also, it takes other people's art that's online and uses it in its algorithms and doesn't even really do that right. Not saying that there is a right way to do that, but I agree with Rich's sentiment. I mean, it is pretty dumb. Like, if I use it for writing, sometimes I'll be writing a paper or something, and I only use it for the planning part of it. It just essentially regurgitates what I've written into it. I'm like, well, we're not getting anywhere. And then I throw it an insult, and then I just close the tab.
It's like a baby. In my job, and we never talk about what my job is. Maybe I'm a private.
Are you Fists? You're Fists the PI.
I am. I am Fists. I am
Fists.
No, not Fists. But we are encouraged to use AI. And so I jumped right in, and I've always thought of it as a tool. And then the more that I used it for work-related things, reviewing 1,000-page documents, and you can feed it in there, and it can give you a summary, but you always end up with some weird pink where you're like, how did you even get into this? Like, why are you talking about a pink pony? So I've always found that, but by doing that, it made me think, okay, maybe I can use this for the cover art for my novels. And I did not know so many things. And I honestly felt sick to my stomach after I posed the question on YouTube. And I just asked, why does everybody hate it so much? And I was thinking that you had the people that they're afraid that AI robots are going to take over the world and we're all going to die. All of us humans. Okay. All right. So you've got that group of, and everybody, you know what? I'm not counting it out. Weird things can happen. They happen all the time. Like, dude, this morning I went and I was looking at my birds after I fed them, and this gets along the lines with your mutants that you create, which, by the way, octopus are supposed to be super smart, so I'm glad you chose that. But I was looking at the birds, and there was a bird outside that looked like a rat. It had like a snout. I don't know what's going on. I'm not kidding. I took a video of it because I was trying to figure out what is happening. I think it had a beak, but maybe there was a growth on the top of it. Then right next, and it wasn't scared. It wasn't scared at all. Didn't run off, nothing, or fly away. I don't know what I expected it to do. But then right next to it was, sorry, I keep jumping around. None of the other birds would mess with it. They're like, you go ahead and eat all of the bird seed. We're not coming by you. They stayed away. And its legs were even kind of like out, which is so mean to say. I felt so bad for that poor bird because I don't know what happened to it. But then there was another bird that had the world's tiniest head. These are house finches. And so I finally go outside and look at this thing. And if it flies off, it does. No, it didn't have the world's tiniest head. Its head was kinked like this. I don't even know where I was going with any of that at this point, other than mutants and mutant birds in the AV. I know, right? So back to AI.
I have a bird superhero, if that's what we're trying to hint at. I have more.
Do you? Okay.
Oh, I have
Well,
so many
good.
words.
I mean,
Yes, I have one for a
does it have a
cardinal.
snout?
I no, thankfully not. Although that might be an interesting villain idea. I don't know,
It was weird.
prehensile snout man sniffs from great distances.
So I'm asking the question about AI, and I found out that as far as the artists go, AI does this thing called scraping, which I knew that AI took data from everywhere and was trying to teach itself or whatever, right? I knew that, but I did not know that it does not give credit to the artists. And I don't like that. And then my person told me that he was like, here, check out this video about some Coca-Cola commercial that they went totally AI and they got rid of all the humans. And the trucks looked weird. There was one truck with extra tires. And so in my brain, I think that as long as, and then there's the environmental aspect of it using all the stinking water, right? So I'm thinking if you're going to use AI, at least like make it more environmentally friendly. Put it out there so people understand that you don't just use it to find out the recipe for cheesecake. You can do that with Google, even though when you do it with Google, then it pulls up this Copilot thing that is also AI. So it just
Yeah.
automatically does it. But if you're going to scrape all the information, give the artist, I don't care if it's a poet or a writer, give them the credit and pay them, because all of these people with money to make these huge Coca-Cola videos, they have the money to pay humans. They're just trying to get away from that and make it cheaper and faster for themselves, in my opinion. And I don't think that's right. I have a cover artist right now. He's working on it. And I honestly don't know what it's going to end up being because I'm not going to influence him. I gave him the summary of the novel. I'm going to let him just go forth with his beautiful mind and create. But in the interim, I have to have a cover.
Hopefully
right?
you don't get a pink pony.
Hopefully I don't get a pink pony. I would cry. I would just cry. I would be like, no, why would you do that? But I don't think so. I have trust in this individual. And so when I created this interim cover, I needed a red-haired woman to be sitting on a dock. I don't know any red-haired women. Well, I do, but not here in California where I'm at. And I don't have a dock. So I was like, oh, I'll just look it up and put it in there. Didn't realize that this woman was probably from somewhere else and I just stole her. So she no longer is my interim cover, but it was crazy to me that nobody tells us that. They just say, we need you to use AI to make things more efficient. I think that that's okay as long as the artists are getting credit for their work and they're getting paid for it. You know, you want to go around the system so that you don't have to pay humans to do these things. Well, you're going to pay the humans to do what they did do then.
My thought, well, there's two things. I think just from what I'm hearing, I love analogy and metaphor and simile, and just alluding to things. But I look at it as the terms and agreements that nobody reads when they download something or they sign up for something. It's like all the fine print. We aren't told any of this stuff. But then they're like, well, did you read the fine print? And you're like, you didn't make that easily accessible. Also, I feel like it's so hard. I can already kind of tell why AI, the companies or the machine itself doesn't lend credit. And it's due to, I think, there's a blending or a mismatch or a collage of it taking certain bits and pieces and aspects of a person, of multiple artists' work, of writings, and just blending it all into this kind of product. But it can't, I don't think, even based on our when we input something into it, it's already struggling with that. So if you were to tell it, take all of that, look at every source you've used, and I want you to specifically list out everything that you've grabbed from individually. There's no way it could do it. We tell it how to find a recipe for us. It'll show, oh yes, how do you plant irises in your garden? And you're like, no, I want to make a cheesecake, Deborah. I don't want. It's craziness.
It's like, put onions in the cheesecake. What? Who does that? I mean, I like onions, but
onion cheesecake? I'll pass. Exactly. No,
same.
I think it's scary. I think we jumped in too quickly. I think it needed some. Yeah. It needs more something that it doesn't have right now. I'm glad that people are kind of realizing that it's not flawed. It's not where it should be, if it even should be. There's more
And
improvements to be made, but it's also just something that we don't need to put blind trust in.
yeah,
I think it needs more research and controls. And I think that the controls will be put in when somebody that actually has a lot of money or is powerful or is a famous artist of some sort gets their stuff taken and then they get mad. And then now all of a sudden, just like with the streaming of music, it was all okay until all of a sudden people realized, oh, wait a minute, you're getting my stuff that I worked hard for and I'm not getting paid for it. And they were rich enough to make a big deal about it. And all of a sudden now there are controls and you have to actually pay for the songs unless they're free. So that's what it'll take is you're
Mhm.
going to have to tick off somebody with power.
well, I
And
think the
yeah,
best thing that we do as artists is to do the best quality work and put that out there, the highest standard, because AI can't match that. And right now, it's not even supposed to. It's just supposed to do certain things. But as long as the humans have better quality, that will continue to be appreciated over crap. And we're seeing this, like you mentioned, movies and entertainment industry. There's a lot of crap out there. Movies that
so
we
much
will show
slop.
are stunt. Movies that bombed in the 80s because of the high standard. And they didn't match the competition that they were up against. But if they came out today, they would win all the awards. Like, remember Sleeping with the Enemy is a Julia Roberts thriller.
Hmm.
If you haven't
I
seen it,
remember.
good. It's really well crafted. It's incredibly compelling and intense. But the competition that it had did mediocre to kind of got laughed at. Like, this is just kind of a goofy, like people didn't take it as seriously. But over time, if you released that movie today, they'd be like, this is the best thing that's out there. People would lose their minds at the high quality. And so just as humans, we just need to always just outpace what people are using and raise the standard. Because if we continue to raise the standards creatively, AI can't.
Also, there are a couple options for work that you produce as far as your images that if you put them online and you use something, I want to say it's called Nightshade, and then there's something else. It puts some sort of filter on it, so AI can't grab it, so it can't scrape it. So I think that more people need to be aware of that. And more people need to be aware of where to find you guys, because I found my artist from somebody I work with. But when I went on Fiverr, everything I kept finding was AI. They make AI covers, and that's what I was trying to avoid. I wanted an artist. I wanted a human. So I think that the artists need to band together and really make sure that their presence is known so that people don't automatically go to AI. Because again, people don't like it. A lot of people don't. And if they realize that your stuff is AI, you are blocked. You're done.
Yes.
But let me kind of wrap this up. I want to ask Tyler a final question, and I don't know where we are on time. We always get off wonderfully and beautifully, but I did want to touch upon. We've talked about Tyler's talent, and he's mentioned what his future plans are. I want to talk about his heart a little bit. When I was learning about it and getting to know each other, one of the things I noticed was his uninhibitedness he had about helping other people. That once he had a certain self-assuredness, a certain confidence in himself, he wanted to pass that along. And I'm going into teaching. I want you to tell us, Tyler, what is it that's drawing you, and who are you teaching? And what's your plan there, like ultimately?
Yeah. I think humans have a natural drive to help others, at least they should. And I guess for me, that
Good.
stems where I kind of often didn't necessarily get the help I needed all the time. And so I know what that feels like, and I have a lot of empathy and can put myself in that role again where I'm like, if I wasn't getting help, it would be really nice to have somebody who could help me. Or have somebody that is a good resource. That's my mission going into whether it be collaboration or student teaching or just really any role in which I'm with other people, is like to be the lifeline and know that this person probably feels the way that I felt. I don't wish that upon anybody. So why not be the person who helps out instead of just a passive bystander? I think also I get a certain satisfaction in helping people, whatever the case may be. Education is a really important thing, and the act to teach and pass along something, it helps everybody on all the fronts. Teachers get reward when seeing their students succeed. Students love having a teacher that can help them. It's really just a win-win role that you play, and it's such an important role that I feel inclined to follow it because it's what I enjoy. It's what I know I'm good at. And it's just a calling. I don't know if that answers your question.
I'm gonna cry.
I love it because you have all these people that are always giving accolades to firefighters and policemen and women, which they should. They also are amazing teachers. My sister is a teacher, and how many people praise teachers? They deal with so many things, and the ones that truly care and are trying to make a difference, and they're taking that home with them every single day. You guys should be praised, and gals, all of you,
I agree.
in my mind.
We should be paid more too. No. It's such a kind of fickle thing. I think there's always going to be the folks who are like, oh, we're not teaching the right things. Oh, we don't need to teach that. Let's hold on to some other views that aren't really necessarily about helping people, in the sense that that is their conception of what helping is. And it's not even helping. It's like teaching, helping, teaching, educating, making aware, even sometimes protecting or helping. What I'm really fascinated by is kind of the deconstruction of more traditionalist points of view and perspectives that a lot of people were raised on are harmful, or they might include not necessarily the best ways to even interact with other people. And I won't go into too much detail, but I feel like it's just really important to teach people how to care for one another. And I mean,
have an
it's
open
like,
mind.
absolutely.
Yeah, teach people to care. Absolutely. That's great. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. This is the first time I've talked to Rich like face to face in probably years.
Yeah.
I have facial hair now.
So do I. It took me a while.
It's okay. Live your best life.
No,
It's
I'm
not
kidding.
hurting anybody.
I do not. I do have this one little chin hair.
Own that chin hair.
Oh, I get rid of it every day. And by the way, supposedly, don't pluck them if you're a lady and you don't want more, because it stimulates growth and then more grows back. The one little guy hanging out there.
Just let him hang.
Anyway.
Let him hang.
I know.
It's been a while since I've talked to Rich, face to face.
Yes,
It's like riding a bike. It's like we're back 5+ years, so it's like nothing changed.
Well, and we've stayed in touch. I mean, we text, but
yeah.
And I think that's the difference too. You guys talk about caring. When you know that someone genuinely cares about you, you slide right back together. It's not forced. Somebody said if you have to force a friendship, it's like a fart and something else will come out. Really gross. Yeah, I've
heard a saying where it's like life is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably crap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. We need more of this. We need more of people actually caring about each other, less of walking past people and saying good morning as you continue to walk because you genuinely really don't care about what's going on with them. You're just saying it. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe after 2020 and maybe with this AI stuff, maybe we're full circling. Maybe we're getting back to that.
I hope as well.
So your artwork is available for people to look at, to see, or is it not yet available? Do you have a YouTube, Instagram, any of that?
It's kind of in a gray area. I kind of made an art account a while ago on Instagram. I think it's _Tyler_person or something along the lines where it's the Tyler Person art. I need to double check, but it's in a gray area. Just with all the stuff with AI, I know that Instagram and kind of platforms similar to it use a lot of AI. And it's some kind of shady dealings where you don't necessarily know what is going to happen to your art. And so I'm always a little hesitant because of that. I have yet to find a platform where I know it's trustworthy in the sense that I can put my art up there freely and not have to worry about it getting taken. Because I would really hate if somebody in like Louisiana makes an Octoman. I'd be like, hi, give me the name and number of that person. Hello, that is my property. And I hate to have to get into that kind of legal fiasco, but it's kind of a protection thing for my art. But I mean, I guess there will be a point in time, an Instagram or something where people can find me. Until then, to be determined, I guess, is the answer to your question.
That makes sense. Would you be up for, so you've created artwork for Rich. Would you be up for creating artwork for other authors out there or any other artists out there looking for people with your talent?
Absolutely.
Would you be found on Fiverr ever, do you think? Okay.
Absolutely. I'd need to verse myself in it, but absolutely. I mean, it's the act of helping and teaching and informing. So in a way, it's answering the calling. Because I would hate for people to have to rely on like AI and get a pink pony out of it when they don't need a pink pony.
Do you have a message for all the viewers and listeners out there? Something that you'd like to say?
Yeah. I'd say, even if you can only draw stick figures, you're at least trying. Art doesn't have a certain way, shape, form, look. It is the act of doing that is the art. Your art doesn't have to be good or bad. You can do art no matter the size, shape, color, whatever planet you come from. Art is what it means to be human, I'd say. So pick up a pencil or pick up something or find a way to make art, and you never know where it'll lead you.
Rich, do you have any questions before we sign off?
No, this has been super exciting. Just couldn't wait to get him on here and talk to him, congratulate him. He's just a wonderful guy. I'm blessed to have gotten to know him. Him and I have talked extensively about his characters. I think we'll probably collaborate. It'll be a lot of fun.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, I love that you feel that way. It's inescapable.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the bird with the snout. You can have that one.
Snout.
It's all for you, Damien.
Snout, bird, and fifth. Wait a minute.
Right.
That's actually kind of
Thank you
good.
again.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
It isn't a bad thing. Yes, thank you for being on Between the Lines. I can't wait for people to listen to this episode. Rich, thank you for being my wonderful, wonderful co-host. Thank you for standing in last week and going it all by yourself. You don't even need me. Maybe it should just be the host and the host.
Sending pressure data now, holding at 32 MPa. No change.
Copy. Received. You're still thinking about it?
Yes. So I'll go with an easy one. Kevin Bacon, X-Men, First Class.
I saw that. It was really good. It was the last good X-Men movie.
No, Days of Future Past and Logan came out after. But now the Stumper, young Jabai. What soap opera featured Kevin Bacon?
I have no idea.
Nigel, please inform our tech genius where she can find Mr. Bacon during daytime television soaps.
That would be Guiding Light.
Never heard of it.
Oh, for shame. You missed out.
Not sure I did. Here's the latest. Still no seismic activity from the trench.
Thank you. Here's a challenge. Michael B. Jordan.
Ooh, from Black Panther?
Any seismic reading from Scully?
Nothing from the remote probe, Nigel. How much battery left?
Scully's at 8 hours. Skinner's at 6. I don't mean to be sexist.
Black Panther. Thank you, Jabai. And, All My Children.
Wow, correct. He is good. Better on that top side. We've just about pushed Gloria's patience to the limit.
Right. Got it. And done.
Good. What's your question?
How do you two guys know so much about soap operas? I mean, that's not typical for males, right?
No offence taken, Jabai. It's a different time. Dad worked, Mum stayed home, so whatever Mum was... Oh, hold that thought. Looks like we might have been too late. This is Deep Sea Lab Prevail. Hank Stone here.
Still alive down there? I thought maybe something had happened to you.
Told you so. Hello, Miss Arlington. Didn't you get our data? We sent it up.
Why would I What? Oh, I see, yes. Commander, here it is.
The effect of 12,000 feet through seawater, I guess. Sorry about the delay.
How about Tom Christopher?
What? Who's Tom Christopher?
Jabai!
On it.
From One Life to Live. And then, wait, is that Gloria?
Sorry about that, Gloria. Just a small foul-up with the lines.
Hank, you have 2 more days in that can down there. Then we start prepping to bring you all up. And then we will bring you all up, and then I will kill you. But until then, try to be productive, and don't make me wait next time. Argo, over and out.
Give me that, please. Tom Christopher. Really, Nigel?
Oh, Hank?
How much
Says that-
trouble did I get us in?
About the
We
same.
just lost feed on Scully.
What?
Tom Christopher
We just
thought
lost
you
the feed
saw
from
him.
Scully.
He was in Buck Rogers.
And Skinner.
Yeah, he wore that absurd.
Turn on the
black
exterior
bomb.
lights.
It even had
What's
a-
happening?
Nigel! Nigel! The exterior lights.
The exterior lights, but whatever's down here will know that we're here.
It already does. Hit the lights.
Oh God, did you see that?
I saw it. It was a tentacle. But it was huge. Mammoth. Like nothing that.
It was wrapped around the entire pod. The pod that
And
Nigel...
it disappeared back behind the pond. Back and down into the trench.
It was one tentacle, Hank. One, and it was completely encasing the entire pod. What?
Calm down, Jabai. Jabai, listen to me. Calm down. Here, get on the comm. Tell the Argo what's happened. Tell them we...
What has happened? What's going to happen to us?
Jabai! Tell them we lost contact with Nigel, with the secondary pod. Tell them we've sighted a potentially... Good lord!
There's something swimming from the pod, coming straight at us.
It's at the airlock. It's dark, and it's got tentacles, but it's like a man. It opened the airlock.
Don't let it in here, Hank. Don't let it inside here.
I mean you no harm. I have requisitioned your intercom so that I may communicate with you.
Who are you? What do you want?
You may call me Octoman. The secondary structure had become unstable and the life support was failed. Your companion would not have survived.
What do you mean? Where is he?
He's here with me. I provided sufficient protection against the pressure of the depths, so your decompression process is unnecessary. I will leave him here, within the airlock.
That's impossible. How could he do
He's
that?
doing multiple impossible things just by getting to our airlock and speaking with us.
Get to him as soon as I have left and seal the airlock. You will need medical attention.
You're not coming in here. Where will you go?
There is still danger. The entity that attacked the pod is returning.
Wait, what is the entity? Hello? Octoman!
Hank, he's opening the airlock. No, it's closed again. But how could...
There! I see him. He's swimming back towards the secondary pod. Must have slipped out through the airlock in the blink of an eye. Alright, release the lock, so we've got to get Nigel out of there before he drowns.
There. It should be open now.
Nigel! Where am I? You're in the primary pod with us, Nigel. You're safe. Try get the first aid kit. His head's bleeding.
What happened? How did you get me here?
It was Octoman. He brought you here.
Oxyman? What? What are you saying? That's impossible. What on earth is Octoman?
Not on Earth. Came from the deep, out there.
Oh, there?
That's what I said.
Look, see for yourself. There he is.
He's like a human octopus.
Oh, it's
The
back!
tentacle. It's grabbed hold of the secondary pod again.
It looks like he's trying to pull it from the moorings. If it comes loose, it'll fall over the edge into the trench.
If that happens, we all go over. We're attached to that pod by the connector cable. Jabai, what's the status of a remote control of the secondary pod?
We have control, Hank. What do you want me to do?
Open the outer doors, Jabai. Flood it. The extra weight might buy us some time.
What about the suits?
If that thing gives us time. But they were never designed to travel 2 miles to the surface. Jabai, tell the Argo we're evacuating and we need immediate pickup.
How will they find us?
Argo.
Any ideas?
This is prevailing.
Flares.
Won't last longer than 10 minutes. It'll look like a fishing lure to most things down here.
Even encountered
point.
hostile life
There must be
forms.
something we
Same
can
life support
cannibalize
damage
from our
instantly.
gear.
We need to evacuate. I can grab the GPS from Mulder. He's in the lab.
Good thinking.
Send a CD for crew retrieval ASAP.
I'll get it. You stay on with Gloria.
Having the CD. What's happened down there? Jabai. Is Hank okay? What kind of hospital?
It's off the mooring! Being dragged into the trench!
I can see it. The tentacle is pulling it over.
What about Octoman?
It's at the connector. He's
aching it. Like an
Is
octopus.
octopus ink corrosive?
not their ink, but they can produce a corrosive chemical enzyme to dissolve hardened shells.
Incredible. I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Please hurry.
That last move did it. He must have weakened it enough. And the strength of the tentacle did the rest. We're free!
But we're still in trouble. Most of the life support systems were powered by the secondary pod. We're going to run
What
out
about
of...
communications?
Tore off the console during the initial tremor. Sorry. Maybe I could piece it back together.
Crew of the Prevail, I am powering your airlock intercom through my equipment. Get into your undersea suits as soon as you can. The entity will be back.
Hank, what should we do?
I don't think we have much choice.
I thought deep sea exploration and research would be a quiet endeavor. This is not how I imagined my end.
I don't think this is the end. I have a feeling this is all just the beginning.
Leanne napped.
She had one line.
Yeah, one drop. One drop.
Line.
Okay, give me that. What do you mean, where is he? Not so antagonistic.
Damn it, where is he?
Hey, all you people, won't you listen to me? I just had a sandwich, an Octoman sandwich. It was a Krabby Patty with jellyfish jelly.
Complete weirdo.
Oh my gosh, speaking of good writing, this is bad writing. Liam,
Oh.
Liam, season 2 of live action Avatar.
I've been hearing some things about that.
Appa kidnapped in Ba Sing Se. The library in Ba Sing Se. You know who goes into the library with them? Jet. Everything is happening in Ba Sing Se and Jet is there. Disrespect, all this, and then Toph is sand bending. I can't, I hate it here. I hate it here. What are they doing to my show?
Wow.
You haven't even watched it.
I don't know what they're doing to my beautiful show, but...
It was around about that time I found out my jello bending skill was useless.
Is that because everybody can literally bend jello?
Spoiler alert.
And now, Marcia,
Who am
say you're Jubai, or I don't know how to pronounce that. I came up with the name though, but
I was gonna say.
I was gonna ask you actually.
Dubai, like Dubai.
yeah, we better figure it out because they
Jubai.
say that.
Do you have to save my name somewhere?
Yeah,